Hey, I guess we're live. I thought we'd play an intro.
No, you're. Oh,
Scream queens, bad dreams. This must be without your help. The station of decapitation.
Hey, it's Nasty Neal,
that would make me terrible, Troy.
and this is Without
Your
Head. So we're here to review Black Phone 2.
Black Phone 2.
Yeah.
When I saw the trailer, I was like, "Wow, this looks really good." I'm definitely feeling the vibe.
Yeah, and I think the first one was it was a big hit. I think
Yep.
I think it was surprisingly a hit. I mean, I think it was Blumhouse and everything, so they probably thought it would do fairly well, but it was a bigger hit than they expected.
Yep.
Which is why they went forward with the sequel.
Which was good. And then, like when I saw that it still had
Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke in it, I was like, "Oh, and the kid, the
Yeah, it's
the
got
same
both the kids. Is
Yeah.
it the same girl too? I believe.
I think
Must be,
so.
yeah. So because they're older now, it's like 4 years older, and 4 years when they were like teens is a
Yeah.
lot. So they both look much older.
Yep, yep.
And I like this because initially I saw people like upset that because from the trailer you know that the grabber is back and he's a spirit now.
Right.
But it's like, well, the first movie there were spirits in them, so like they've already
It was a big
established this.
part.
Yeah.
It's a big part of the story. The whole phone thing is,
Yeah, it was already a supernatural story to begin with, and so is the very short story.
Yep.
Which, if you've not read the short story, it's cool, but it's very short. Not really. The grabber looks completely different. He's like a big, heavy guy.
Yep.
And so I thought they did a good job with the first movie and taking like kind of just an idea. Really, it's not really like a fleshed out whole story.
True.
And really added a lot to it.
Yeah, I don't know who did like the screenplay for the first one or this one.
It's the same director.
Oh, yep.
And it's the story by Joe Hill. I don't know if he had any input on in the actual script.
I saw him as a producer on this one.
Yeah, that
I
could
don't
just
know
be
it, yeah.
because it's his story. But good for him.
Oh yeah, yep. Big Joe Hill fan. Like I know he's got a new one coming out. Maybe might be out now, but looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think I saw that on Audible. I think it's coming out soon, so I'm excited about that. So part 2. So and some people are just mad anyway that it was going to be supernatural and stuff. And I was like, well, I kind of like that anyway because the guy's dead.
Oh yeah,
They already established their supernatural world that they're in.
yeah. Unless you're doing like a prequel, what else are you really gonna do?
And I kind of think it makes the first one kind of like if Nightmare on Elm Street was number 1 was the second movie.
Yep.
So it's kind of like you're seeing the guy as the mortal killer, and then you're seeing him, as the immortal killer.
Yep.
They've kind of done the same thing with Terrifier in a way. Like you saw Art
Right.
in the first one, and then and now he's undead. Which maybe he was undead in the first one. I don't know. I don't think so though.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think until he actually like wakes up in the morgue, he's probably dead.
Yeah. And so, but I can't not compare it to Nightmare on Elm Street because there is a lot of similarities.
Oh, definitely.
You got all the
In a
stuff with
good
the
way,
dream.
though. To
Oh
me.
yeah,
Like, you never felt like this is just a rip off of like like a Freddy Krueger.
no,
This like it had its own vibe. But definitely like you could feel like
because he comes in the dreams.
Yep.
But they established that in the first movie already, and just there's more of the like in the first Nightmare on Elm Street when the first girl gets killed, the blonde girl, and she's getting thrown around the room, which I always thought was the best kill in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
There's more of that in this where you're seeing the people seeing the sleeping person being thrown around.
And I like how they did it in this too, because like you would see it from the perspective and a point of view of like the person seeing the grabber, and then you'd see it from like the outsiders where they just see her, being tossed around or whatever.
Yeah, and I like the just the visuals of all that, because they shot all the stuff with the grabber and like the spirit world, the dream world. It's all shot like on grainy like film.
It's so cool that way too. Like any of the dream sequences, it has like this just otherworldly feel, I guess, like because they had that kind of grainy
Yeah.
look. And like so it was kind of cool. You could tell like right away whether you were in like the dream world or the real world. And like actually the whole movie, I love the look of everything about it. Like
Yeah, I did too.
visually, like the camera work was just fantastic. Like all the stuff with the grabber looks so great.
Mm-hmm.
His mask, now that he's kind of like undead, or
Yeah, it's
it just
really
looks
well
so
done.
great.
I hopefully these keep going, because I could definitely see this as like another slasher icon guy.
Oh yeah,
And because
and I know Ethan Hawke had said like he'd love to do a third one.
Oh, nice.
So I'm looking forward if they do it.
Yeah, because for decades we've had Leatherface, Freddy, Jason, Michael Myers, and then we get like over and over with Michael Myers and stuff. It's like okay, and then finally we got like Art, which is like an actual new established slasher, and I could see the grabber being one too.
Oh, absolutely. Like just it's kind of nice to see like a new group coming. Like
Yeah.
new icons, like starting to rise up.
Mm-hmm. So the story is, it's a few years after the first movie, and Finney and his sister are, they're dealing with what happened. So he's like a lot of anger issues.
Oh yeah.
He gets high a lot, and a lot of that is to just escape, like his memories. And
yeah, both the young actors are so good in this too. Like both those characters are great.
Oh yeah.
You really, really buy into it.
You feel for
really
both characters. They were both great in the first movie too.
Yeah,
I thought.
Agreed.
I thought, and the girl, like, she's starting to deal with like, she calls it a curse. As a curse is her gift, and it's not just all like, it's not all good for her. There's a lot of negativity coming with this.
And then then she's trying to deal with. Well, actually, they're all trying to deal with like their mother, and then what had happened to Finn and stuff. And
so then they get, so you don't know, like, is he bringing them to this camp, is she bringing them to the camp? Either way, they kind of get brought to this camp in the guise of like they're going to get a job at this camp, and everyone's kind of against the idea, but they do. So there's a higher power that's bringing them to the camp. And then you discover there's some kids at this camp that were killed by the grabber back in, and I don't think this is much of a spoiler. Back at some point.
It's a good setup, good like slow burn going. Like kind of piecing together like the storyline going in. Which is really nice.
Yeah, if there's a negative for me, I do think a couple times when they just sit down and they tell like who the grabber is and the whatever, it's a little heavy-handed, just like putting all the story into one scene, where you could have spread that out maybe a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
You're like, right. It's a lot of exposition in one scene.
Yeah, when they're looking at the photos and things. Yeah.
But besides that, like, I really liked it. It's going to be a slow burn, I think, for some horror fans.
And don't expect like a huge body count.
No, but someone told me the first one doesn't really either. And then I'm thinking, I don't think it does either.
Right. Yeah, that is true. Like sometimes less is more, like you could do a lot just with the suspense in this movie and like just that feeling of dread you get, especially when they're on the ice and like you don't know, like, because the grabber, not to give too much away, but like what he does in the dream world actually physically happens, in the real world. So you see him with his axe and like he starts smacking at the ice and bad shit's coming.
And there's good like world building in the movie, because so the first movie, set up the characters. It was probably meant to be just a one-off movie.
Yeah.
And then it's a grabber, the grabber gets killed. Now we're like starting to see the grabber starting to come back. how they explain that, like his time in hell, which I thought that was really cool.
Oh yeah, that was way cool. And then all the flashback stuff was really neat too.
Yeah,
like, with the mom, and then even like when you saw like the grabber's brother and stuff.
I always thought that dad's like a interesting character because he could be portrayed as a real villain, especially in the first one.
Oh yeah,
And they make him a sympathetic like guy. He's not necessarily a good guy, but he's a flawed guy.
yeah. They did a good job with that too, because it didn't feel forced at all. It
No.
wasn't like, no, see, this guy's a nice
Yeah.
guy.
Well, even Finn's a very flawed guy. Now
Oh,
he's
yeah,
like showing beating up a
absolutely.
kid and stuff right
Yeah.
at the beginning of the movie. And so they also start to establish, I think, Finn's. I forget the character's name. The sister,
Quinn, I think.
because she's like one of the main characters. Like her really understanding her powers.
Oh yeah,
and maybe starting to embrace them and can learn how she can use them.
I thought she might have like stole the show. Like,
Yeah.
everybody was real good in it, but I think she might, like, they could even take that character and run with it.
Yeah, I like them both together, and
Yeah.
I this is outperformed the first one, so I assume we'll see a part 3.
I hope so. I would love to see it. Like, yeah, my expectations were high, and like this one really delivered. Like, I liked everything about
Yeah.
this movie.
And so I also like, because I'm someone who sometimes I knock on nostalgia, on like 80s nostalgia. I'm like, give it a break already. But this movie like looks like it's from the 80s.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And there's stuff from the 80s in it we're not just throwing it in your face, like Tears of Rubik's Cube, and
Yeah.
and it's more of a gritty 80s, like late
Definitely
70s,
is.
early 80s
Yeah.
gritty stuff, which I like. I prefer that kind of stuff than like all the neon colors.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Finn even had like my old Walkman that I had back in like 83 or something.
And I was thinking, even the nostalgia, like, so it's this time period. I also think the movie itself kind of feels like a movie from the late 70s or something, because
Definitely did.
it's paced a certain way. There's not a ton of kills, but it's more about the feel of like,
Oh yeah,
it's a very spooky feel.
it is. It is. Like, you always are kind of on the edge of your seat whenever the grabber makes the scene, and then like later on when he'll have pieces of his mask missing, and like he's all gruesome underneath.
Yeah,
like,
he looks awesome.
Yeah.
That's a really cool new character that's been created. And I like that he's still a character from the first movie, but he's starting to evolve.
Yeah,
Even
And
the
he-
one
the
hand
talks
was
the
kind of like
best. He's
demonic,
just-
like
oh,
it
yeah.
had like almost like claws and stuff. So, and he talks about hell in the movie, and there's also some talks about religion in the movie, which I know will put off some people, but I'm always a believer that if you have in your movie like the established evil, if hell's real, you have to have like a higher good power as well.
Oh, absolutely.
They don't,
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
not necessarily they're saying Jesus and stuff, but I just think it just makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
if you have one, you have to have the other.
Yeah.
If hell is real, if demons are real, devils are real, then there has to be like a good power
Yeah.
too. Otherwise, like we're all doomed.
Yeah.
Even if I don't believe it, I mean, I don't believe demons and devils, but
Yeah, then everybody's screwed at that point.
Yeah. But I really dug. I like the look, like you said. I think everyone's great in the movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's some negatives. Just think putting all like the backstory, not all the backstory, but the kind of like who the grabber is into that one scene.
Yeah, you're
Was
right,
a
because
little
you
bit much.
had that slow build up
Yeah.
to that point, and then at that point, then everything just gets put together. You're right. That could have been spread out a little bit. Yeah. I
Uh,
get that.
So, like we said, there's not a lot of kills, but there is gore in the movie because there's a
Oh,
lot of
yeah, tons of
flashbacks
blood.
to what's happened to the kids.
Yeah, I guess you could say body count when it comes to like the 3 kids that they
Yeah, and it's definitely not.
talk about.
Well, I can't say it's not necessarily, but there's a lot of real dark stuff in the movie. And I have noticed that the last couple of years there's a real rise in like child murder movies.
Yeah, you're right. It is true. Yep. Yeah, you get at least 3, and then all the talks about the other stuff he was doing. And
Yeah.
things. But yeah,
And I've noticed that in some other stuff. So I don't know if that's because of certain things going on in the news but anyways, I really love the movie, and
yeah,
I just think so if you just want like a slasher, it's probably not for you. But if you like a slower paced, really about the mood,
yep.
and it looks cool. If you like the first
Yeah, if you
one,
like the first one, this is probably like the perfect companion piece.
yeah, I thought it was great. I
Yeah.
had a great time.
So yeah, like can't recommend it highly enough. Go see this movie. Really, really good.
Yeah. And support it. Go see it in the theater. I know it's doing well already, but horror does good in the theater. Like these lower budget. It's not like a super low budget movie, but lower budget.
Yeah.
You know, it's not
like
100.
blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
And people don't really go see those like level of movies in the theater, except for horror movies. I think like people don't really go see like a $10 million drama in the theater.
yeah, you don't hear anything. They kind of blip by.
But yeah, if you want to continue to see these in the theater, go see them.
Absolutely.
And we're both looking forward to the new Frankenstein.
Hopefully gonna go see that this weekend some point.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
I wish it was playing at more theaters. Like, that's bad on you, theater owners.
Yeah, we'll check Wednesday. Sometimes Wednesday they update some more theaters.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was supposed to open last week, but I really don't think it did. I think it's really opening this Thursday.
Yeah, because it was only on their website. It said it was just like an LA and New York opening.
Okay, the
the week
17th.
before.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's playing a few places. Nowhere on the Cape or really near the Cape. It's Boston and Rhode Island. But look it up where you are. I know it'll be on Netflix in November, but I would like to see it on the big screen.
Yeah, just this movie looks so cool, like visually. Like, I think it's going to be spectacular on the big screen.
So I saw The Irishman in the theater. I think actually at the Coolidge, because all these Netflix movies, the ones where they think could possibly be up for Oscars.
Oh, okay.
They do a limited theatrical release, so they're eligible.
It's kind of nice, so that's good.
Otherwise, they're not eligible to be up.
I saw like the
because there's talks already, I guess, for this being up for Oscars.
They did the same thing with their animated movie about the oh man, shame on me. Some kind of demon hunter. Like we've been watching the animated one.
Oh, okay.
It's a lot of fun. It's really
I think that was playing at the theater last time I was there. I didn't know what it was. So when I was at Comic-Con
series, so I didn't want to go see the movie.
When I was at Comic-Con,
was happening.
There was just like all these anime people, and I'm like, I have no idea what any of this stuff is, but apparently it's huge. Maybe I should get into anime.
Some of the stuff I think you dig.
Probably not.
It's like everything,
Yeah. No, I'm sure it's cool. I'm just being asked.
No, some of it you would hate. But, that's like everything.
So Frankenstein. Black Phone 2 we really like.
Black Phone 2, go see it.
I'd like to see a third one.
Yes.
How do you bring him back?
Yeah, that's okay. Like, there's always a loophole.
Of course, yeah.
There might even be some maniac that wants to bring him back or something.
Oh, that's true. That's very true. There could be other children that need freed and stuff like that. All right.
Yeah, you might go to another place now.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be a cool twist. I would like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, one other thing too. I will say the grabber doesn't really show up much in the movie until near the end. So
and it makes it special when he does.
I agree.
Then, because you're kind of like, oh man, when's he gonna show up?
Yeah.
And then when you first hear him on the phone, and then when he shows up, it's really wild.
Yeah, I think this movie is really about the establishing that the grabber's starting to come back from hell.
Yeah. Which is great. Like I really, I can't recommend this one enough. Like I really loved it.
Yeah, me too. All right, and we shall return. Thank you, folks.
We'll see you on Thursday.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, live Thursday. We're gonna have Leah. I'm forgetting. I'm sorry, but a ghost from Sinister, also starring Ethan Hawke.
Nice. I love that movie.
And by the same director of Black Phone 2.
Yep. This guy, like when we looked up like his movies, he's made some really, really good stuff.
Yeah, so that'll be really cool. She's in a lot of lists of the top ghosts of modern films.
Nice. That's awesome.
Is Sinister a ghost movie, a demon movie, or demon's ghost? I don't know. We can talk about it on the show.
That's all right.
And then next week we will be doing the Ghost Show. Which I had a meeting with Sunday with AJ and Tara, which we talked about a bunch of ideas. So I'm looking forward to that. And Tara's really, this one's really Tara's baby. So a lot of her ideas, and I really appreciate that.
Well, we have faith in her because the clown show was so much fun. Like, this one I'm looking forward to. Maybe I'll summon some spirits or something.
Yeah, we're going to use Ouija board, maybe some tarot cards. And anybody out there, if you have excuse me, a real life ghost experience, you can either video into the show when we're live next week, or you can send that in and we'll read it on the show at
Nice.
withoutyourhead@gmail.com.
And I'll get good and liquored up, so the spirits will be flowing, so all things will be good.
Yeah, when I used the Ouija board, I did drink, but then I was told you're not supposed to drink
Oh,
because I think the spirits can like get inside of you or something if you're drinking. So you don't want any of the evil spirits
right.
residing inside of you.
well, speak for yourself.
And I'll talk about my real life Ouija board experiences because I'm a non-believer in all this stuff, but I may have had some actual stuff happen when we used the Ouija board. So.
I am digging it.
All right.
All right. So thank y'all.
Hit like, subscribe, comment, share, become a member. It starts only
Support.
$3 a month to help support the channel. You can become a producer for $9.99 a month. And right now we're trying to raise funds to help cover the expenses for the year. Yeah, we'll be doing Arbor Day soon, but right now we're trying to cover the expenses for the live stream. So you can Venmo at Headyverse or PayPal.
Help out however you can.
Yeah, we will appreciate it.
Yep.
And there's some perks involved. All right. See
Perks
ya.
are good.
Bye.
Hi, this is Adrienne Barbeau.